Good afternoon. It is October 27th, 2022, and you can see here pretty much a range day. Downward bias, but pretty much a range day. We broke out a little below the overnight lows. Let's see if this has any validity. And that looks pretty close. You can see it bounced right there, went a little further, and now it's going lower. So we could have a sell-off any minute now, or a buying spree, a rally, whatever you want to call it. So I went through here and I really didn't see anything I thought you could take early in the morning. So I'll go through it again, but I went through twice already and didn't see anything. So past few days it's been weird. The market personality, it's like a little different than a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago was really difficult, and this is difficult too, but it's like it feels more clear, but it's not. There's a lot of traps. So anyway, 5 o'clock comes in. Wow, much earlier. Okay. Oh wow. So I guess 4:30. You get to second entry short. Not sure if you would want to take it. I mean, it does look like we're looking for a new low, but not a good signal bar. And then we just chop around down here. Maybe you take this one. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're making new lows. So I'll mark this as aggressive because we didn't make it to the low of this channel. And there's a news item coming at 5:30, so that's tough. And then the news item comes and you get all this, and you get a failure up here. I don't like any of this. Maybe this is a second entry, but I mean, we don't. And I was thinking we would test this new low, or this low, and make a new low. So maybe that's another one you mark green. Second entry, room back to the EMA. That's why I would consider it. But anyway, you get this first entry, failed second entry, just doesn't set up near the trend line. Or I mean near the EMA, I should say. If you drew your trend line like this, maybe you consider that, but I don't really like that because this looks like one leg up, and then it's just doesn't look like a good spot. We're chopping around. Looks like a range, failed break higher. That's what it looks like to me. Like, I'd probably look at it like that. But I probably wouldn't take this failure or anything because it's going into the EMA. Then we just form this range at the opening and prices are just bouncing around. I don't think you want any of this. And then we start moving lower and get a second entry up here, but it doesn't set up, it doesn't give you anything. But the floor falls out and we just come down here below the overnight lows, and then they probably just trap a bunch of longs. You get this range. It breaks lower, but we don't. Our signal bar would have to be this one. Sorry, I'll take this off. That would be our signal bar, and it's just not a good signal bar. And we get a spike and channel up, but that's going into the overnight highs, so you want to be really careful there. And this just looks too choppy for me. Maybe you consider this second entry high or low right here, but it's just right at those overnight highs. So yeah, you got to be really careful. This lower high is not a good signal bar. Second entry short. Why did I mark that? I think I marked that because, I mean, it was right at this trend line the way I had it drawn, like that. And so, I mean, maybe you consider it, but that just looks very congestive, and that's a doji itself. Just even I marked it, but I really shouldn't even mark it because it's just not good. I don't even know if you would have gotten 4 ticks on that. That looks like one leg up anyway, so you can see all that congestion. But then we form this a spike and channel down, this yellow channel. And so we come down here, make a new low, first entry, second entry off of that trend channel, and that's actually confirmation of it. But it's kind of ranging because prices are on flip-flopping on both sides of the EMA. So I'd prefer a lower high, and this lower high is going right into the EMA. But when you get this failure right here, I think you got to take that. And then we come up here, and really this is a third entry, but it just had the feel of a trap. You get this failure, so you might take that. I marked it red. I should probably mark it green. Come down here, and you get a double test right here. That's also a second entry short. So I marked that, but it's pretty congestive. So I wasn't crazy about it. And then again, we just get it's technically so we got this second entry right here. Signal bar's not bad, but it's in this leg up. So when we get this matching high with this very bearish bar with room back to the EMA to scalp out, and it's off the trend channel, I think you got to take that. And then you get a second entry short and then a lower high that closes beneath the EMA, so you might take that one. And then we get an overshoot, and then we start trending up. And so maybe you take this second entry long. It just looks like a range, though. It's just not a great setup, but it does end up being a good move. Then we get this range up here, fails to break higher, and then we just get this steep move down that turns out to be a channel here. And this is like a double test right here, or even a triple test, but you're going into the lows. It does confirm that channel, but might be tough to see. And it bounces right off the EMA. So, and we get a break, we get a leg out, and then we get this lower high. I like this one. I don't know why I marked it red. Oh, because it's a lower high. First entry, second entry, and then a lower high. But I mean, maybe you should mark it green. It becomes very congestive. I mean, up until this point, it looks like we're getting. Well, I guess this kind of looks like congestive with an upward bias. So maybe it's green, and that's really all I saw for the day. So I didn't like any of the rest of it. You got to be really selective, and it's tough to do that, but